Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Catchup. And today my guest is, yes, I'm excited, Mr. Dwight Myrie. How are you doing?
I'm okay. Give thanks for life and good health.
He looks exactly the same.
Probably.
Any advice for us? What you doing, man? Just exercise?
Well, exercise, keep away from negative influences and eat right and giving God thanks for everything. Right? That's it.
So the purpose of Catchup, let me get you caught up, because literally he's just hearing about Catchup today. And we kind of kidnap him, kick Ornette to the curb and say, hold on, Ornette, let me talk to Mr. Myrie before he leaves. So the purpose of Catchup is for us to get caught up on people that we've known from our past. Most importantly, I want us to learn from each other and from our life experiences.
Okay.
So I have a series of questions that I ask, but the main goal is for us to learn more about each other and to learn from each other.
Good. That's
Makes
good.
sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Huh?
All right. So when you look back on your Manning's school days, what year you left Manning's?
I stopped teaching at Manning's 2004.
2004.
Yeah.
How long were you here?
I started 1989.
1989.
Yeah. And the funny thing about it, my dedication to Manning's convinced a lot of persons that I was actually a past student of Manning's. I am not a past student of Manning's. I'm a past student of Sav-la-Mar Secondary School.
Really?
Yes. Right. So you see, here it is. A lot of persons actually thought that I was a past student of Manning's, but I went to Sav-la-Mar Secondary School in Twickenham Park, Spanish Town, although I am from Westmoreland. Yeah. But that is just me. Wherever I work, I always give it my all. So there it goes. For those of you who did not know, you know after so many years.
What subjects did you teach over the time, over your tenure?
Over here, when I was here, I taught just straight physical education, and I was also the coach for the track and field team. I did specifically the weight training. Mr. Howard Jackson, he gave me the job, and what I was able to use to get over all the other teachers who had applied for the physical education program was my knowledge of weight training and how to use weight training to prepare students for track and field. So that was what gave me
The edge.
the edge, right, for the job. So when I started, he tasked me with the job of preparing the track and field team, yeah, for the season, the general preparation.
Yes.
Right, and then after about 3 months of general preparation, then he came in and he did the specific preparation. Right, and I was also the form teacher for quite a number of first form students. Right, I am sure a lot of them will remember. Yeah, remember me as their form teacher.
As a very fun-loving, cuddly, understanding, lenient,
Well, I will not say. I will not say anything about it.
soft-spoken, gentle teacher.
I guess some of them will be saying no at this point in time. Yeah, but we are cool.
You're cool.
Yeah, man, we are cool. A lot of them thought that I was probably a bit harsh or mean, right? But seriously, I know that when they graduated from school, right?
Yes.
It's not easy out there, right? It's not easy out there. So in some way, although at that point in time it might have seemed a bit harsh, right? But it worked for a lot of them, right? Because quite a number of students actually, reach out to me and say that, boy, they thank me for what I did. Right. I remember a past student. He actually served in the Iraq War, and he said that during the final phase of his training, right, he wanted to quit, and he remembered, right beside the long jump pit that is close to that is the science lab.
Yes.
The walkway going to the upper school,
right?
There was a long jump pit right there, and I was giving him push-up to do, and he could not do it, right? And I knelt down beside him, just stand me and whispered in his ears, yeah. And he said that and he got the courage and he did the push-up. And he said that the instructor did the same thing to him when he was in training.
Yes.
And he said his mind reflected on me.
Yes.
And it just gave him the push to carry on and to push through. And he said for that, he thanked me. Right? Because at that point in time when he was here, right, I never quit on him, I never give up on him, and I never allow him
to quit on himself.
To quit on himself. You understand me? So, yeah, that's it.
So you're some music get trouble?
Huh?
Music get trouble? Are talking? Oh my God! And then I came back to when I was teaching, when I was lab tech.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So when you look back at Mannings, what's one of your favorite memories for you as a teacher?
Well, from me as a teacher, there is this was when one of my fun memories, like two, I'll talk about two. Right? When I came here, right, there was a bunch of, after about 2 years of teaching and coaching cricket, right, we had a cricket team that was made up of all upper six and lower six students. I can't remember some of them names. They have like Paul Porteous, right, Clive Doctor, Wedderburn, Woodley, and quite a number of other students. And we went to William Nib, right, to play cricket. We actually took the cricket gear in a fine bag, in a rice bag, because we did not have a proper gears bag, right? But everybody, right, were all upper six and lower six students. And when we stepped out of the bus on William Nib ground, right, everybody stood with their mouth wide open, right, because they were shocked to know that here's a group of guys playing cricket and everybody is in upper six and lower six, right? So the coach of the William Nib cricket team, he came to us, and it was Clarence Pringle and myself. He came to us and he said that he is just playing the cricket, he's playing the match, right, out of formality, because they have lost the match already. So I said, why did you say that? Yeah. He said that the mere fact that all the guys on your cricket team came out in white shirt, tie, and everybody came out with a book in their hand. Right? And he said that just the mere appearance of the students and their level of intelligence and still involved in sports, we gained the psychological edge over William Nib cricket team.
Interesting.
Right? And he said to Mr. Pringle and myself that during lunchtime, he's asking our student, right, to interact with the William Nib student, telling them how to balance studies and playing sports, right? I will never ever forget that experience.
Extraordinary, right?
Yeah. I will never ever forget that.
You find that most of the time in sports, like the percentage of it is mental game more than the physical. How much? What would you give the percentage in terms of mental mindset? Well,
to me, right, physical preparation and physical attribute plays a lot, right? But sports, to me, is like about the mental preparation is about say 80% over the physical, because you can be 100% physically prepared, but if you do not have the mental mindset, right, then that will be a problem, right? I give you another experience. I took out the volleyball team, right, and we always stop at Healthy Eaters Cafe and in Clarendon, right, to have breakfast. And this is something that Mr. Chana and myself, right, we always encourage the students, like when they get out of the bus, do not rush, right? Line up, walk in, and sit, right? So on this occasion, we went there, and there were Camille, Dwyer, Natisha Gill, right, Sansia Stewart, what's her name, Yannick Stewart, Punsi. She's gonna be so bad when I say that, right?
I was not responsible for that.
Wayne Scott, Merv, Lonely, you understand me, Lenky Roy, and quite a number of students. Errol, Original Stugu, Bellyweb, Short man from up in...
Me, I'm into your belly website there.
Yeah, short man, Marlon Williams from up in Mad McLeod area there. Right, so I'm quite a number of students. Right, so when we stopped at Healthy Eaters Cafe, and you know, there were quite a number of outsiders out there, and in there having their breakfast. And this gentleman, after he finished eating, right, he came to me and he gave me $2,000 back then, way back then. He gave me $2,000 and he said, buy some drinks for the students.
Just by the way how they presented
and
themselves.
He said that in all these years of traveling around and seeing students, it is the first, right, he had ever seen a bunch of students, right, that behave so mannerly. And he said, sir, whatsoever you are doing, continue doing it. Yeah, that's what he said to me. That was my two experiences, right, that always, you know, and where I'm actually working now, right, I always share those two experiences with my students.
So where are you teaching now?
Turks and Caicos Island. Right, small farm.
So I have to keep on it because I'm looking at me. I'm not seeing again.
Right, people say it is small farm, you know. Yeah, Turks and Caicos Island.
You enjoy?
Yes, man. Yeah, it's good over there.
How would you describe your personality when you were younger, Mr. Myrie? A couple of years ago. What words come to mind? I'm not going to ask you your words today. But when you, back in the day, in your young 20s, what words come to mind to describe you?
I would rather not say it. right? I would let the persons who have interacted with during that time, let them be the judge of that. I will not say.
How have you changed the narrative over the years? What's the biggest change you think you've made to yourself in terms of your...
In that, you see, as you get older,
yes,
right, you become wiser, and the generation that you have to deal with, right, people have changed. Right, so as a result of that now, you have to change your strategies as to how you go about doing certain things. Right, you aim for the same result, but you know the methodology of doing it
strategy
has changed.
So you've changed your strategy?
Yeah, but I still aim for the same results. Have I changed my strategy?
Tell me what part of your strategy changed, Mr. Myrie?
Have I changed my strategy?
Yeah, have you?
Is the word.
Yep.
No comment.
Yes?
No comment.
If any of the Turks and Caicos students is seeing this, can you please leave a comment to let us know what is the strategy, and then we'll compare notes. Oh my goodness. Is there something that you used to believe back in the day that has changed or evolved too? A core belief system that through life experiences or situations you don't look at it the same way?
No, you know.
Yeah?
No, I stick to my values. I stick to my values.
You're pretty consistent over the years.
Yeah, I believe that whatever you're doing, you have to give it your all. Yeah, regardless of the circumstances, regardless of the reward or the lack of reward that you might be getting or might not be getting, right? Because at the end, right, it is about the generation that is coming up, right? So you've got to ensure that you impart the necessary knowledge and values in them, right, so that they can pass it on to the next generation. All right, because well-thinking individuals, I do not think we would want to see the society or the community that we grew up in, right, deteriorate, goes down. All right. Although we know that sometimes it might seem as if we are fighting a losing battle or an uphill battle, right? But we still got to stick to the core value and still push. If it's even one life, right, that you are able to influence and change, right, that person will be able to influence another person. You understand me? And
when you watch and you teach like the 11th graders, 5th farmers now, you still have that, you have the set going out in the real world?
Yes, man. Actually, funny enough, right, I actually teach kindergarten students, you know. I do physical education with kindergarten, right? The school where I'm working now, it's a kindergarten, primary, and high school student, right? So I teach right across the board.
Me can't even follow me questions that me have.
Yeah.
Do you see similarities in the groups in terms of the mindset? Are differences?
Yes, man.
Are major differences?
Well,
what you notice, what you observe by having that wide range? What you notice when you observations?
Right. It is the same thing. Like not probably when I was at Manning, in that the kindergarten students, right? Those young kids, right? They're always so eager to learn, right? They always want to do their physical education, right? If there are unforeseen circumstances and I am absent from the class, right? When they see me, everybody's gonna come running, right? And I have to answer. I have to give a reason why I was not at school or why I was not at class. The same thing for the kindergarten, the same thing for the primary school students. So as a result of that, right, I try my best, right, not to be absent from class, because even if they see me on the street or in the supermarket, right, or even at church, they come to me.
Where were you? Huh? What were you? What happened
to you?
Yeah,
they asked me why I did not come to class.
Interesting.
Yeah. And you know that, so as they get more mature, like at the high school student, when some of them, especially girls, when they start to become more self-conscious, right, you know that they start, some of them might want to shy away from physical education. It's like, it's something that is general, everywhere you go. That's about it.
That's about it. So, one of the questions that I have and I ask is there a season, one of the most challenging seasons that you've walked through? And the reason why we ask people is, I never know what I'm going to get with this question, but it's for people to understand that sometimes you're walking through a challenge, some people are in the middle of it, and if they hear somebody's testimony of them walking through it to the other side, it can inspire and encourage them. Is there a challenging season that you went through that really pulled on you, really pressed you, man, kicked your butt, that you walked through, and what did you learn about yourself?
I can right.
Take your time because we edit. Yeah.
Okay. Honestly, I probably when I lost my cousin, right? Because we grew up like brothers. Okay. Right, and unfortunately he was in a motorbike accident, and they did not take proper initial care of him, and when they realized, right, he had actually, suffered some severe internal damages, and when they rushed him off to the emergency care in Montego Bay, it was actually too late. Yeah. Right. So that was a really tough time, right? But then again, right, for those of you who knew, right, my other side of my life, right, right, I had to draw on my military training, understand me, dealing with tough situation, and that really and truly helped me through, right. So the army part of it is, for those of you who did not know, why am I telling you all my life story?
People ask me that too in the middle of the interview, but continue. Because it's changed. It's gonna help at least one watching this. I get so many texts from when I hear an episode. You'd be surprised.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's amazing.
All right. What's the best advice you ever received from someone else?
And actually, it is from my grandmother. Yeah, God rest her soul. Right, and he said, whatever you put your mind to, right, work through it. It might be difficult at times, but you just gotta stick with it. Right, stick with it, and with the help of God, you will get through.
What is success for you? What is success?
Success for me. Right, it's like quite a number of Manning's past students, right? They have told me ways in which I impacted their life, right? And where I am now, quite a number of them have actually, reach out to me and say that they have changed. I have changed their life, and that is success for me. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
It's not what I achieve for myself.
Understood.
You understand me? It's how I'm able to influence or to help others.
Understood.
Yeah. Right. The funny thing about it, somebody just said to me that the first real pair of sneakers that they ever get, you understand me, I gave it to them, and I never actually remember that. Right.
But they
And,
do. But they do.
yeah. And somebody, a couple years ago, right, somebody was saying to me that their first basketball jersey that they actually got, I gave it to them. I never remember that. I never remember. No? I never remember. And talking about success, right? Quite a number of students who are actually involved in teaching and coaching now.
Yes.
You understand me? It is because of people like myself.
Kabeli Web coach too, right?
Yeah, Mr. Dagati.
Yes.
Chana. Chana.
Bruce.
Miss G.
Miss G.
Miss Gopal.
You get Miss G pan Catchup.
Right? Why they have actually gone into coaching. Right? Because of what we as physical education teachers at Manning's then, because of what we did for them. Right? They actually believe that they owe the next generation.
Pass it on.
Yeah, the same thing that we did for them. Right? They have told me that. Right? But when I was doing it, right, I saw it as my duty. Right? I saw it as my duty. It was not done to get the what you would call now, quote unquote, the accolades that they are giving us now. It was not done like that. That was the furthest thing from my mind. Right?
Yes.
I was just doing it. Wayne Scott, if you are somewhere there, right? I chased Wayne Scott. I chased after Wayne Scott along the Bedford Street.
Yes.
Yeah, to try to get him come to volleyball training. He tried to jump the fence. Right? When he went over the fence,
yes.
I was behind the fence. Waiting on him. Right? Because he had talent and he did not want to come to volleyball training.
And now?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that today he looks
Mark Lewis. Right. That guy, he has heart. Right, he has heart.
Last
Mark
question.
Lewis, yes.
At the end of your life, when you die, what do you want us to remember most about Mr. Myrie, apart from his fine feet? Guys, I wish I could. It's still like, trust me. Back to you. Apart from that, what else do you want us to remember?
The small changes that I might have, a small way that I might have impacted some
life
students or individuals, right, who I have come across along my journey here on this earth.
Oh my gosh.
Right? And even now in Turks and Caicos Island, I get up 4 o'clock in the morning. Right? Believe me. Right? I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I leave my house at 4:20 and go and set up for my class at 5 o'clock. I teach exercise classes in the morning from 5 to 6. Right? Adults. Yeah. So now you know. Right?
You mean us not wake up like this? And keep all of this just like that?
Yeah,
I'll give you something to drink and just look like that?
I go to bed like between 10:30 and 11 o'clock.
Every night?
Yeah. Because you know, as a teacher, right, sometimes you can't mark papers at school. Right? So after the regular school hours, I go coaching. So you have to coach. Right? I still coach. Right? And then when you get home, right, that is when you mark papers, set a lesson plan, prepare for the next class, next day's work. Right? So even those adults, right, you know, they have said that I have really, really, you know, changed their lives and influenced them in so many different ways.
That's extraordinary.
Ways. Yeah. Why am I telling you all my life story? Huh? It's a boring life story.
You are not alone in asking that question.
Yeah, boring life
oh
story.
my goodness. I want to say thank you.
Yeah.
So I say hi to Mr. Myrie.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying yes and for sitting with me.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Most importantly, Mr. Myrie, on behalf of the past students that has passed through your hands on the Manning School, we want to say thank you for your service. Yeah. There's so much things we took for granted while we were at school, but now we look back and we're saying, my goodness, you know, so nothing was never easy, you know.
Yeah, that's so true.
So thank you for everything that you've done and the lives you've touched and will continue to touch.
Yeah. Always appreciate it.
Yes? with that, I'm going to close, guys. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Catch Up. Hope you enjoyed this episode and got a chance to catch up with Mr. Myrie. Please like our videos, share our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and have an absolutely fantastic week. Bye-bye.
I know you know my first name.
I know you. I had to ask him before the interview. All I know was Mr. Myrie. Nackia, yes. Nackia Robinson, yes, Mr. Myrie. Right? There's something that trouble me here. Nackia Robinson, the entire name.
Okay then.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
Bye-bye, everyone.